First of all, obstacles and problems are unavoidable in our fast-paced environment. But what if we could change the way we think about these obstacles? Let us introduce you to Stoicism, an age-old philosophy that shows us how to face life's challenges head-on with elegance and fortitude. Zeno of Citium founded Stoicism in Athens, emphasizing the value of virtue, discernment, and restraint. Its tenets are still highly applicable today, particularly in regards to conquering obstacles, and are not only antiquated historical artifacts. The fundamental tenet of Stoicism is that challenges present chances for development rather than just serving as barriers. This viewpoint encourages us to see failures as opportunities to grow as people and fortify our determination. Adversity should not be viewed as a way to defeat us. Rather, Stoicism encourages us to rise to the occasion and remember that it is how we respond to difficulties that truly defines our lives. In Stoic philosophy, resilience is a central idea. We will all face challenges in life. How we handle them will determine how things turn out. A Stoic attitude teaches us to accept what is beyond our control, to be composed in the face of difficulty, and to concentrate on our ideas and deeds. This method not only enables us to get through difficult situations, but it also makes us stronger and wiser in the end. As we dig deeper into the realm of Stoicism, let's examine how this age-old philosophy might help us turn our difficulties into opportunities for resilience and self-improvement. The way is the obstacle. One of the most significant aspects of Stoicism is the idea that challenges may act as potent catalysts for development. We may use obstacles as stepping stones on our path to achievement instead of seeing them as failures. This mentality change is essential because it enables us to channel the energy of hardship and turn it into inspiration. When faced with challenges, we have two options. We may allow them to break us, or we can rise to the occasion and make the most of them to advance ourselves. There are many notable people throughout history who served as excellent examples of this idea. Consider Thomas Edison as an example. While developing the light bulb, he had innumerable setbacks. Yet, each one provided him with insightful lessons that eventually contributed to his success. Similar to this, Helen Keller surmounted extreme obstacles to become a well-known author and activist who motivated millions of people. Her tenacity, although deaf and blind. These instances serve as a reminder that sometimes the very problems we face and overcome help to mold us into the people we want to be. It is vital that we push ourselves to welcome challenges rather than run from them as we manage our own lives. When faced with a difficulty, let's consider what lessons we may draw from it. How might we grow stronger or wiser from this experience? By changing our perspective to see setbacks as chances for improvement, we may become more resilient and create new opportunities for ourselves. Recall that obstacles are a common part of the road to success, and our response to them is what really makes our trip unique. Turning barriers into opportunities. The ability to turn obstacles into worthwhile opportunities is one that may greatly improve both our personal and professional life. Finding the opportunities buried under our hurdles is the first step in this process. Making a detailed examination of the circumstances is one useful tactic. What can I learn from this? And how can this experience help me grow? For some questions you should ask yourself. By changing the way we see things, we can find insights that aren't always obvious. Creativity and adaptability are essential for handling problems successfully. Being adaptable in our thinking when presented with a challenge enables us to consider several options. For example, if a project at work encounters a roadblock, instead of doggedly adhering to the original plan, think about coming up with alternate tactics or asking coworkers for their opinion. Together, we can create creative solutions that would not have come to mind on our own. There are many instances from real life of people who overcame hardship to achieve achievement. Think about J.K. Rowling, who had to endure a long string of rejections before the Harry Potter series was eventually published. In addition to helping her succeed, her tenacity in the face of adversity served as an inspiration to millions of people worldwide. In a similar vein, Oprah Winfrey surmounted a difficult upbringing and went on to become a media tycoon and philanthropist by connecting with and inspiring people. We may develop resilience and creativity by accepting obstacles and seeing them as chances for personal development. Recall that every challenge offers an opportunity to grow, learn, and eventually overcome. We may use the correct attitude and techniques to turn our obstacles into opportunities for growth and achievement. Trials value. The metaphor of a gem being polished by friction is a wonderful way to communicate the concept that hardships are necessary for human growth. Similar to how a rough stone must be polished and ground in order to show off its brightness, we too must overcome obstacles in order to realize our full potential. Even if it is uncomfortable, this conflict is what makes us stronger and more resilient people. Without these experiences, we might not develop further. We would not have the depth and character that come from facing hardship head-on. Trials have the potential to strengthen one's character and strength in a number of ways. Every obstacle we face pushes us to our limits and requires us to change. We build emotional resilience and problem-solving abilities when we face challenges head-on. For example, someone who successfully navigates a difficult job loss may come out with a renewed sense of motivation and a deeper grasp of their professional ambitions. These encounters not only boost our self-esteem, but also improve our capacity for empathy with those who endure comparable difficulties. It's critical to support viewers in accepting their challenges as essential components of their journey. Rather than seeing difficulties as failures, see them as chances for personal development. Every hardship we encounter shapes who we are and who we want to be in the end, adding to our unique story. By changing the way we view difficulties, we may develop a mindset that views adversity as a teacher rather than an adversary. Recall that, much like a gem that has been polished to its highest brightness, we too may emerge from our trials stronger and more brilliant. Accept the trip as it is through the difficulties that we ultimately discover our worth. Pain and fear are universal. Suffering, terror, and pain are commonplace emotions that affect every human life. Understanding and conquering these obstacles begin with acknowledging this truth. From a Stoic standpoint, it is essential to acknowledge suffering as a normal aspect of life. Stoicism shows us that although we have no control over other people or things, we do have power over how we respond to them. We release ourselves from the weight of resistance and denial when we realize that pain and fear are unavoidable. This enables us to confront life's challenges with greater clarity. For viewers to grow personally, it is imperative that they face their anxieties head-on rather than avoiding them. Avoidance is typically the breeding ground for fear. The more we try to evade it, the greater hold it has over us. Stoics held that we might lessen the power that our anxieties have over us by confronting them head-on. For example, if a person is apprehensive about public speaking, they may discover that over time, their nervousness decreases as they expose themselves to more speaking chances. This procedure strengthens our self-belief and confirms that we are able to tolerate suffering. Resilience and inner serenity can result from acceptance. We may develop a sense of peace in the midst of turmoil when we accept that suffering and fear are natural parts of being human. This acceptance frees us up to concentrate on the things we can control: our attitudes, deeds, and reactions. Acceptance builds resilience, which makes us more capable of overcoming obstacles in life. Recall that admitting the universality of suffering and anxiety is a significant step toward personal strength and development, rather than a show of weakness. If you accept these experiences, you can discover that they help you get a better knowledge of both the world and yourself. Fearlessness against death. It's crucial to accept our mortality, as the Stoic view is that fear of death may prevent one from living a happy life. Instead of permitting the certainty of death to immobilize us in terror, Stoicism urges us to see it as a driving force behind purposeful activity. Realizing that we only have a certain amount of time might motivate us to live more deliberately and meaningfully. With this viewpoint, our attention is redirected from what we cannot control to what we can, our decisions and actions in the here and now. Promoting fearlessness and living completely and truly is crucial for fostering personal development in viewers. Accepting that life is limited inspires us to take chances, follow our passions, and cultivate connection. Procrastination and lost chances are frequently caused by dread of mortality. By facing this fear head-on, we may overcome its limitation. To live authentically is to make our behaviors consistent with our goals and ideals, so that we may build a life that genuinely represents who we are. There are many examples in history of people who overcame immense fear to attain greatness. Think about Steve Jobs. Despite having a fatal illness, lived a life full of innovation and inspiration for others. His desire to produce important work that will have a lasting influence was fueled by his acceptance of mortality. Comparably, Malala Yousafzai, who escaped an attempted murder, has devoted her life to promoting women's rights and education, exhibiting incredible bravery in the face of peril. Accepting that death is a fact of life helps us live with a feeling of urgency and purpose. Allow this insight to motivate you to live fearlessly, follow your passions, and be true to who you are, the knowledge that every minute, priceless gift. In summary, as we come to the end of our investigation of Stoicism and its teachings, it is important to review the main ideas we covered. Seeing challenges as chances for improvement is one of the most important realizations. By changing the way we see things, we may turn obstacles into learning experiences that help us develop as people and advance on our path. Adopting this way of thinking enables us to deal with life's challenges more purposefully and easily. We also emphasize the importance of bravery and resilience in overcoming obstacles in life. Uncertainties abound in life, and ultimately, our experiences are determined by our capacity to adjust and face our concerns. Building resilience gives us the ability to overcome hardship and use failures as stepping stones to achievement. Never forget that every obstacle you encounter presents a chance to fortify your determination and expand your self-awareness. Finally, we invite you to interact with this material and join our community. If our conversation was insightful, please think about subscribing to our channel for additional musings on Stoicism and personal growth. Your assistance enables us to produce more material that uplifts and empowers people. Remember to like and share this video with friends and family who might find these lessons. We may cultivate a mindset that welcomes obstacles and acknowledges progress by working together. We appreciate you coming along on this adventure with us, and we can't wait to talk about additional subjects in the future.